Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of June general reading here. So in your meditation, really rich meditation. A lot of imagery to work with here. I immediately saw a hawk, and I saw it like looking down, and it was so high up on a perch, so it's such an elevation that it was able to look down at an airplane. But it felt like an old time like one of those smaller like boat airplanes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're technically called, but you know, a smaller airplane, sort of going in circles down below and creating a spiral. And then I was taken down through the spiral, down, 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 almost like I was going to another world, right? I went down, 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 and then I landed in this, it felt like a magical fairy realm. It just felt like it felt very different than where I was before. And then in this realm, I was like in this woodland area really, and like the moon was up and I was just like little waterfall, and then I saw this a lot of lush greenery, and I saw this wild hare, like a wild hare rabbit, like come into the forefront. And then I saw what felt like a fairy entity come forward and extend its hand, and then I saw you as the Leo collective taking that invitation and going through and ending up in a very different realm, very, very different place than where you are now. I feel like, rather the point of this, it feels like a bit of like the magical mystery tour a little bit, but I mean, you know, right on. It feels like a good thing, but it feels like it's about a transition. It feels like we're looking at a period of transition where you may end up somewhere that is very, very different than where you are now. This could be physically moving somewhere, going to another land, traveling, or it could be perspective wise, right? It could always be figurative, right? And going through some sort of transition where you come out the other side, just where your perspective is so completely and fully shifted. I'm really interested to see what the cards have to say. Like, normally I'm like, okay, let's see what your cards have to say. I'm really interested to see what the cards have to say. Let's do it. Hey Leos, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of June. Oh, wow. I knew this was going to be interesting. So we have the Scorpion here. Fascinating. Fire, water hybrid energy, right? It's certainly fire energy, but Scorpions also represent Scorpio energy, being a water sign. So this is fascinating. So first of all, you as a Leo are a fire sign, so it's always auspicious when you get an animal of your like element. So check mark to that. And Scorpion energy equates to that of the Five of Swords, which is about you and or others acting outside of your integrity in some way, shape, or form. In what ways are you acting as a disservice to yourself or going outside of your moral code? Or how are others doing that and affecting you? But that's traditionally, technically speaking. I'm feeling that for you in this context, there's an aspect of Scorpion that says, when the Scorpion comes up and it's activated and the tail is up, the only cure is time alone. The only cure is time alone. Otherwise, that tail will end up stinging innocent bystanders. Innocent bystanders. Right? That's why it's like when the Scorpion's activated, it's like, the best medicine is to retreat, go and take in some isolation and really sort through the intense emotions that arise. What's really interesting with this is that I'm hearing the word isolation, but it feels very positive, like time away, time alone. Remember I saw you funneling down and going into this forest and then transitioning into like a completely different realm? And then we have the Scorpion here. So two aspects of this. First of all, Scorpio energy is incredibly psychic, right? So that's really interesting. But then there's also an aspect of this that speaks of, processing deep emotions and transmuting them and moving to the other side to reach a place of emotional equilibrium. This is just a really fascinating energy, but I'm very drawn to the aspect of this. It says time on your own or time outside of your normal routine or There's something around this, but I'm also feeling like, how is your Scorpion being fed? There's something about your emotional core that's tying you into this Scorpion energy that just feels like it's demanding attention and time and space, right? Let's see what's going on. Wow. Okay, Leo. We're into it. So 4 of Pentacles. So fascinating, because is he not alone? 4 of Pentacles is about, it's being in stasis, right? It's not moving forward. It's not moving back. It's about planting your feet and being exactly where you are, knowing that you're going to get to where you're going, knowing that your material success is assured, knowing that it's all good, but it's not a time of active movement. It's really more of a time of making the most of where you are. Okay, so that's really, really interesting, because we're looking at someone who's unwilling to budge, and I see in the meditation that it's a time of transition. Interesting. And then we have the Scorpion here, which is highly emotional and reactive. Very interesting indeed. Let's see what else is going on. By the way, the Pentacles, rule the realm of, the work that we do and the material realm, right? Our material needs, our material. Wow, Leo, what is happening? So we have the 5 of Cups here. Okay, let's talk about it. The 5 of Cups is all about perspective, right? First of all, let's just look at this, right? This is a mermaid, a wonderful, magical, mythical being who is outside of the water, choosing to sit on the shore and dry out and get all dehydrated, looking at the cups that are spilt as opposed to the cups that are full. So again, back to that perspective. I always want to talk about the Queen of Pentacles when I get the 5 of Cups, because the cure to the 5 of Cups is the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Pentacles is incredibly rich, very wealthy, but not because she has a lot of material things. It's because her perspective is rich. Everywhere she looks, she sees gold. That's what makes her wealthy, right? So another way of saying that is gratitude, right? To shift yourself out of a 5 of Cups energy where your perspective is misaligned, it's about gratitude and appreciating what is there, what is going well, and just enjoying whatever it is that you do have to be grateful for. So there's always something. There is always something, right? 4 to the 5. 5 of Swords. Remember, transition, change. I'm feeling it. I can understand this Scorpion. Now, I'm seeing the image of the hawk from the meditation. The hawk is 2 of Pentacles, right? It's animal medicine wise. It's about, seeing the bigger picture and the smaller details simultaneously and equally as well, which aligns it to the 2 of Wands, which is about planning and getting everything, all of your ducks in a row, and building a really sturdy foundation from which to grow, which 3 of Wands is about people stepping in and noticing what you're doing and wanting to get on board and you moving ahead, right? So it's interesting with you guys that I saw the hawk with the 2 of Wands energy and then funneling way down, like beneath the airplane and going and ending up. You were up here and then you ended down here in a completely different place than where you thought you were going to be. So that just feels really interesting here. I feel like there might be some twists and turns coming your way that feel like they're very much a part of the journey. And if you can see it that way, that's going to be very beneficial. Okay? Right. Whew. 2 of Pentacles. So I feel the feeling that I'm getting from this reading is I'm feeling a bit frustrated, as in the collective Leo energy, not as like me, but I'm feeling for you frustration. It feels like 2 steps ahead, 1 step back, 1 step ahead, 2 steps back. It feels like some stops or starts or some sort of like, right? But this 2 of Pentacles here, it's interesting because traditionally speaking, 2 of Pentacles is very much about juggling your personal life and your work life and multitasking and considering your options in an active way, right? But what I'm feeling for you is I feel like this ship is leaving the port, right? And I feel like part of the reason for all of this, by the way, this infinity symbol here is also on the strength key, which is your key as a Leo, right? Infinity. There is no beginning. There is no end. There is only flow, right? What I feel like for you guys with this Two of Pentacles in this context is I feel like this is leading you to a place where you can have more power over your options and more clarity about what is truly important to you. Now, it's interesting to have the Scorpion here with the fire energy and the water energy, to have so much water here, and then to have this person with this fiery, infinity symbol juggling with the water in the background and the ship, going the other way. I feel like there's a lot of information available to you during this time, and you're really being called to just trust the process and try to manage your feelings at every step of the way. I don't mean manage your feelings. I don't like that. It's not managing your feelings. It's just about being aware of your perspective and balancing whatever emotions want to come up through a place of processing and time, right? It's responding over reacting, right? I really, really, really want to get some advice for you. Let's do it. Some advice for Leos. That did not want to come out. Like, that was really stubborn coming out. I'm going to get another one too. Cool. Someone else got this as advice. I think it was Aquarius got this as advice as well. So we have the Two of Cups with the Queen of Swords. So this is brilliant. So I want to start with the Queen here. The Queen of Swords, she's the queen of discernment and decisions and objectivity, right? She knows what to say yes to. She knows what to say no to. And emotion does not enter into the equation with the Queen of Swords. She's all about the facts and the figures and the, rational mind, right? But she's the editing queen. She's really, really good at first identifying what is not working in her environment and then removing it, right? Dispassionately. She is the queen of the dispassionate assessment, right? And then we have the Two of Cups here, which is really interesting and really good. So, and this makes a lot of sense. So Two of Cups, this is about love energy, right? But it's about love in all of its forms. It's the love that we share with other people. It's the love that we have within and for ourselves. It's the love of our environment, regardless of what it looks like, right? Well, think about when you love someone in a relationship, right? If you really love someone, you love them unconditionally, and you love them with their imperfections included, not separated. I love you for this, but I don't love you when you do this. It's not like that. Right? You either love somebody or you don't. And that's what it is. So the fact that this is coming up for your advice in terms of the Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords, all the medicine for everything, the medicine for absolutely everything, I will tell you this, is love. In this particular context, right, we're looking at the Scorpion, we're looking at the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. With your advice as the Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords, you are being asked to extend love, compassion, and patience to yourself, to your experience, and all of the twists and turns that is your winding road. Because where it is leading you to is very different than where you thought you would be, for sure. Right? But it is somewhere that is absolutely perfect for you. Just because you can't imagine it from where you are doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and it doesn't mean that the way won't reveal itself when the time is right, right? This is a classic case of one step revealing itself after the other one, right? So we complete one step and then the next one is illuminated. This feels like someone who's been looking down a long road and thinking about the future, and then it gets scaled back. And suddenly you're having to deal with the step that you're on, right? And fully embracing that one and accepting it, right? Accepting that the road ahead is going to look different than how you thought it would. And then going, you know what? Cool. I trust it. I'm going to take this one step, one day, one moment, one whatever at a time. It's really interesting with the Scorpion energy because this is a lot of emotion. This is a lot of emotion. A lot of the times this is connected to the past. Let's talk about it. I've been talking about this a lot today, and it's coming up for you guys as well. So I've been learning about a something called transactional analysis, TA theory, which is a branch of therapy. So this is coming up for you. So there's a concept within TA where we have the parent, the adult, and the child. When we are in the child, we are reacting to an event how we did in the past, right? So we're being informed by the past and how we react to an event, right? And that inner child is activated. When we're in our parent, we're reacting to a given event as our parents reacted to us, right? So we're being informed by the parenting that we were subject to in earlier life. Then the adult is the goal, right? When we are in our adult, we're not reacting, we're responding to what is going on in a given moment with the information that is before us. Not informed by the past, with no anxiety over the future. When you are in an adult energy, you are in your full autonomy and you are responding over reacting. The Scorpion is all reaction and no response. That is your overall energy for this time frame. And then your advice here, right? Feeling stuck, lack of healthy perspective, really considering what's important and trying to multitask, more than one thing, right? And then your advice being the Two of Cups, covering everything in a blanket of love, compassion, and patience. If we think about that quote, love is patient, love is kind, that is blanketing this whole thing. Show patience and kindness to yourself and your circumstances and others. That is the way through. That is the way through. And again, you are going somewhere that is very different than you thought it would be, but it's literally a magical fairy realm. Like, it's so much better than you could even conceive of with your hawk eyes, right? And then with the Queen of Swords, balancing those emotions with your discernment and your objectivity, because those can be your best friends. When you have when your overall energy, come here, is Scorpion, and part of your advice is the Queen of Swords, which says keep your head about you, maintain your objectivity, right? And also be aware and know yourself well enough to know what you need in any given moment. And then show yourself the compassion and kindness to allow yourself to have it, right? That's what it is. It's intense, Leos, but it's all for a greater purpose, okay? Just to remind you. And definitely, share your emotional needs and what's coming up for you with others, and balance it with, seeing to those needs with and for yourself. Let's go ahead and get an oracle here. Oracle for Leo. Right. The Chess Queen. Trust strategizing. Trust strategizing. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense with the Queen of Swords, and we're talking about, love and patience and compassion, and we're talking about trust. We're also talking about trusting that the way that you're going and where you're going to end up is going to be wonderful, even if it may be different than what you thought it would look like, or you're having to just go one step at a time. The Chess Queen very much feels like the Two of Pentacles as well, right? There's an aspect of this that says the strategizing with the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, I can really look at everything that is being dealt to me and then think about how I can make the most of it and how I can work with the hand that I'm dealt. That's the Chess Queen, right? And look at this, kind of looks like the fairy realm a little bit. It's really about that energy of I have full autonomy and I can make the most of whatever comes my way. That's the kind of attitude that is going to be so beneficial for you, okay? Also, this black and white, chessboard as well, with the black and white of the Scorpion here. There's something about the gray area as well. It doesn't always have to be, also with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. 2 times 2 is 4. It's a major number here. So there's also an aspect of that it says balance and temperance is also really, really helpful during this time as well. I'm sending you so many blessings, my beautiful Leos, for the first half of June. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please do let me know in the comments below. I love, love, love reading your comments. And with that being said, please like, please share, please subscribe. I would so, so appreciate it. And just thank you. Thank you so, so much for being here. And as always, and most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.